everybody. Aren't I colorful today? So you saw it. You got excited, I hope, if you're here, when you're here, being here. Terri Hardin, Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer, coming to you. And this is Ask Me Anything Friday. All right. Yes. Right to the thumbnail, getting right to the thumbnail. I thought to keep it light today, keep it energetic. Ask Me Anything Friday, where you can ask me anything that your little heart desires. You can ask me about Disneyland, Muppets, being an Imagineer, being a Muppeteer, being a public speaker, being a voice person, being an actress, being a sculptor, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to get right into the thumbnail that I did today and shared with you the popcorn buckets. I'm not usually a popcorn bucket fan, but I think these are adorable and they light up. They light up, guys. So I would love for you to share with me when these drop. I'm actually going to be at Disneyland on April 21st to celebrate a birthday, not mine, a friend's birthday. And I'll be on the hunt for them. I don't know if they will actually be offered. I mean, if I was Disney, I'd be offering them right now to get everybody all revved up for the return of the electrical parade to Disneyland on April 22nd. Yes, the day after I'm at Disneyland. I know sometimes you feel like they're saying yeah to me, but they're not. It's just his birthday. He's part of the 21 Club. And so I saw these buckets and the sippy cup, which my husband has a statement, has a saying. He says banana for scale. And I was kind of wishing they put a banana next to the sippy cup so I could see exactly how big it was. I mean, is it a sippy cup that's like this big and you're sipping? Or is it, or is it this big, like a real sippy cup? In any case, it's adorable and they light up. That to me is cool because, as you know, I did the Hitchhiking Ghosts and lighting up added an element of, But being Disney, I know they got this down and I'll bet you it's going to be super, super cool. And I know they're going to be popular. They said that they have plenty, but then define plenty, right? So I'll be on the lookout for them. I would love to have a couple, not necessarily for me, but my tribe. Terri's tribe on, you guessed it, Patreon. Yes, indeed. Here it comes. Patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Join us. Your voice needs to be heard there. I'd like to invite you to be a part of it. We are a great group of people and we take care of each other. We're positive. If you're someone who is struggling with why or how you earn a living doing what you love, no matter what that is, this is the great place to do it. So how about those popcorn buckets? Did you think they were cool? Did you think they were amazing? Did you think they're, I'm so excited. Electrical Parade is my favorite parade. It's my absolute favorite parade. When I was a little kid, I just thought this was the best. And I loved the turtle, the little ones that spun and came over and to you. So I just love them. And I love the Electrical Parade. And they really have improved it. The lights are brighter. The music has been remastered. It's just a really, really exciting, beautiful it's a great parade, and I'm glad they're bringing it back. And they're bringing it back April 22nd to Disneyland. How fun, first of all, to have a parade in the park. We're so excited about that. We're excited when fireworks returned. We're excited to see things getting back to normal at Disneyland. But please remember, if you're one of the people that have not heard the news or think that maybe things have changed, you need to make an appointment before going to Disneyland. You can no longer walk up and just get a ticket. It doesn't happen anymore. You have to make an appointment. And this is something, guys, that I don't think will ever change. Disney was, before the pandemic, looking for a way to regulate a number of people coming in because it does get very, very crowded. And those of you who have been visiting during the spring break know exactly what I'm talking about. It has been more crowded lately. And you may find like, so this is what they made the decision. I think they've made the decision to just keep this in place. So please plan And please, even, I mean, you don't have to be a pass holder to have to make an appointment. You have to be living and breathing to make an appointment. Yes, and then you have to realize that it's an investment to go. It really is. It's one of those things that, yeah, it's an investment nowadays. So it's not simple and easy anymore. It's just not. And so, yeah, if this is something that excites you, then or you want to get that popcorn bucket, you know, I don't think the popcorn buckets are at Disney.com, are they? That'd be a great place to buy them. Yeah, that might be a cool thing to buy them, because that would be a great thing to have. But that's my thumbnail right out the gate, and we'll talk about things positive. We'll talk about the Ask Me. Like I said, post your comments here in the Ask Me Anything section. I mean, you know, in the comments section, which is the Ask Me Anything section. I mean, where else would you ask me but in the comics? So there you go. It's been a week. We're coming up on, dare I say, tax. You got to get your taxes in by April 18th, which is Monday. And hopefully, you know, they're not painful for you. That's all I'm going to say. But there you go. So yeah, I got real excited about this. I want to thank Stephen Golden for alerting me to the popcorn buckets, because like I said, I'm not a popcorn bucket collector, but I do like some of the designs that I've seen. I have the Dumbo one that I changed into a purse. I actually made that a purse. And I remember seeing a girl with a one from Tokyo that was a little, was it Stitch? I think it was Stitch. And she made that into a little bag, and it was so cute. So sometimes they really lend themselves into being a little person. Now, the sippy cup, I'm not so sure about. It's going to have to probably stay a sippy cup, but they're starting to get into these sippy cups. Can you guys tell? I'm not even sure. I'll ask you a question. If this is the second sippy cup, because the first sippy cup that I remember was a Hitchhiking Ghost, wasn't it? I think it was a Hitchhiking Ghost, the first sippy cup that I saw. Yeah. Up until then, I think they were mostly popcorn buckets. But I'm super excited about. I think they're cute. And the light up popcorn bucket is of Elliot the Dragon. Somebody say dragon? So there you go. There you go. So a light up bucket could be really, really cool to own. And I wanted you guys to know that was the case. And yeah, it was really cool. So happy Friday. Easter is coming. Happy Easter. Happy Passover for those of you who celebrate. Happy the other. Yeah, I mean, Passover. For everyone out there who's Jewish, my very dear friend Evan is actually creating a kosher brownie, and he's so happy. He's so excited. He really is good he's been sharing with us on with the tribe some of these amazing things, and he's responsible for. I'm wearing my Ted Lasso shirt and eating my Ted Lasso biscuit because Evan Hunter is secretly named Evan Lasso. He bakes them from scratch, gave them to me in a beautiful pink box. And when you bite into them, it's the same reaction as just that she does. Yeah. Rebecca does on the TV show. Or Remy, in Ratatouille. When he matches the cheese with the fruit and he brings them together, he goes, or that dog. You remember that dog? That dog floats on his back after having something delicious. So seriously. So Evan Lasso, I want to thank you. Evan Lasso Hunter, I want to thank you for these great biscuits. So it's been a week. It's been a challenge. I have lots of things that I've been working on, and I finished my I know I didn't say anything. I finished my Titanic. Yeah, this thing is about 4 feet long. And it's my Lego Titanic. There it is. Sailing. There it goes. Feel it. Sailing. There you go. Above is a signed laser disc from Michael Jackson. But anyway, I digress. So lots of things you could ask me about. Let's go over to your questions now and get going. And I hope you're having a really, really happy day. Again, happy Easter, happy Passover, and congratulations and thank you, Evan Hunter Lasso, for doing that. I wore this shirt in honor so I could eat the biscuit and be excited. So, and it's colorful, right? It's a colorful shirt. Yeah, very colorful shirt. David is in the house. Hey. I'm not a bucket person either, but I really like these. You know, Darren, the light up factor is cool. And after doing the Hitchhiking Ghosts, I respect them so much. So they're limited to 2 per person. And I'm hoping that when I get there on the 21st, I can get one. I really, really want one. And the sippy cup, I actually am kind of keen on that sippy cup because it's just so cute. It's the turtle and the turtle. Those little, you know, they're my favorite. I think it's yeah, they're my favorite. So I'm with you on them, Darren. Yeah. Good morning. Cool shirt you got on today. Terry, tell us about it. Yeah, it's my Ted Lasso shirt. So, many of you who have visited me before, and maybe that's not the way I start out, but this is my channel. Many of you know that as an actor with the Screen Actors Guild, I am a character actress and a puppeteer, and I've been in Ghostbusters and Men in Black, Flintstones, Indian in the Cupboard. Basically, I'm a pop icon. Yeah, I am. And I get screeners, and my husband is an art director. He gets screeners, and we see the things a lot of times. So we saw this Ted Lasso come through before Ted Lasso was actually hitting Apple. And it was about soccer, so I really kind of avoided it, to be honest with you. But when I put the DVD in for the first time, the room stretched like for Roy Scheider in Jaws. I couldn't believe how wonderful this thing was, and I absolutely flipped over it. So my husband saw that I got all crazy for it. I watched it over again, as I do now, first and second season, and champ at the bit for third season. I'm waiting. That and Downton Abbey. I really want it. Downton Abbey is dangling their new movie in front of me like a cat toy. It was supposed to release Christmas, and when I pounced on it, it went to March. And then I pounced on it again, and it's in the summertime. But I will be there. I will chase that cat toy of Downton Abbey forever. And Ted Lasso, they send me little, you know, I'm part of, like, linked to them in some way, and they send me updates. And then you all know how crazy I am about it, so you send me updates too, which I really appreciate. Thank you. But my husband told me that I could get a shirt with my name on it, but I put Obed Sonia on the back. So the reason I did that was because in the first season, Be the Goldfish, I fell in love with Sam. I thought Sam was amazing. And he looks a lot like my brother. And so maybe that's part of it too, Sam, if you're watching. Like that actor would be watching this channel. Anything is possible. Don't diss me. But anyway, Sam, I chose you because you look a lot like my brother. It's like watching my brother on TV, and I lost my brother when he was 55 years old, and that was quite a while back. Yeah, so to see you smiling on there in all your glory touches my heart, actually. But also, I love you as an actor, and I think you bring a real spice to the show, and I was really happy that the second season featured you. I really, really was grateful. I said, see, I know a good actor when I see one. And he was one of the salt and pepper people that I love. I tend to, because I'm a character actress, like to see the salt and pepper people. I usually often talk about the people behind the stars, and who knows, that is who knows, if you bring them to the light or you talk about them, you know, maybe it'll brighten their day. So there you go. I could have put my name on it, but I didn't. I walk around, and in the beginning, people were like, what does it say on the back of your shirt? But hey, it's wonderful to talk about it. And When you're down, watch Ted Lasso because it's got such beautiful, joyful things happening there, and I love the show. I'm a huge fan. And Higgins, the character Higgins, who we've seen in Downton Abbey, British actor, he's really very talented, cute, and adorable. The woman who plays his wife is his wife, and I kind of had a feeling about that when I first watched it because the love between them is really electric, and I thought, wow, if they're not married, they're dating, but they're married and dating. So these little things that crop up, I'm not really a researcher into people's lives, but I like them for their work, not so much their history. Um, and it was great to just get that little tidbit come through. Plus, the woman who plays Rebecca, the boss lady, she hates the biscuits that she loves. She's just not. She said, no, everybody's sending her biscuits, all sending their recipes and everything. But I don't think she's had Evans. But she's not going to get Evans because she says she can't take them anymore. She doesn't even open them. So what a waste. What a waste. So I'm glad it's me that Evan sends them to. Yeah, because I love them. They're amazing. Thank you for the question, Joe. Made it. Hi, Stephen. And Stephen, did you see it was all your fault? My popcorn bucket. Stephen Golden is the one who told me about the popcorn buckets and the return of the electrical parade. And I was so grateful, Stephen, because, sometimes when you're broadcasting, you don't quite know what you want to have people see, because you want to try and post early. And some of you guys, if you see them pop up, they pop up maybe an hour before I got to be there, right? So, Stephen really helped me yesterday. It was early and y'all got to know about it. So thank you, Stephen Golden. You had my back on that one, buddy. Main Street Electrical Parade should never go away from Disneyland ever. I know. It's my favorite parade too, Joe. And I have to tell you that I think one of the reasons it does go away is because it's electrical. And again, my Hitchhiking Ghost, it was really hard to, and I guess, I should be kind enough to show you guys some visual stuff because, but here they are. But these Hitchhiking Ghosts illuminate. And once you put electrical into something, it can be this side of a nightmare. I mean, this was really challenging. They are beautiful. They are gorgeous. They look like little ghosts that sit on your shelves. And for the collector, I've had so many of you tell me you're glad you bit the bullet and invested because they become more of an investment when they light up. It's just the way it is. And what a workout it turned out to be. So I would imagine that the electrical parade, what are they going to show it twice nightly, maybe only once nightly? There doesn't leave a lot of time if a light bulb is out because the electrical parade needs to be electrical, doesn't it? I remember one time I was watching it when it came back, the last time it came back, and there was like a glitch and everything went dark. And you could just hear everyone in the park go, oh, so I think that's, Joe, why they don't have it, all the time. They bring it in for a special limited time and then they go back and they repair, they make sure everything's beautiful. So that's my feeling anyway. That's my feeling. So they let dead people in for free. I don't know. Have you tried? You're not dead, but have you tried to take somebody with you that was? They might. If you're dead, no reservation necessary. If you're dead, you don't care, right? You're up in heaven. You can get in all you want. Your ghost, a ghost can follow you home. You can go on in and be a part of the Haunted Mansion if you choose, right? As a ghost. Yeah. I know what you're doing. See, I'm getting you. You made a purse out of a flying elephant's ear. Well, not the ear, the whole elephant. Dumbo was one of the first popcorn buckets that was a themed popcorn bucket. I say one of the first because it is the one that moved me. I just fell in love with the idea that it wasn't a bucket with a image on the side. It was an actual three-dimensional thing. And you can take the ears, those of you who have the Dumbo flying elephant bucket, you can take the ears and put them in flying position or leave them down. And it was really clever, and I just had to have it. Back then, it was $12 to get that. So now you know how much they were, right? It's gone up a bit. Yeah. So, but these are just really cute. And I don't know well, I think you told me that some of the other buckets, those of you out there, let me know in the comments, but some of the other buckets lit up too. Did it, or did you light them yourselves? Because you guys are very clever out there. So maybe that's what it is. But I did. I made a purse out of my elephant. It's very cute too. 3,000 years of beautiful tradition from Moses to Sandy Koufax. Wow. Okay. I like beautiful tradition. Yes, I do. I have a Chernobog light up sippy cup. It's pretty great. Oh, so yeah, I didn't know there was a Chernobog sippy cup. Is it him from Night on Bald Mountain? So is it mostly the mountain and then him? How did they do that sippy cup, Stephen? That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize there was one like that. Hello, Christian Hope from our WDI. Great to see you. Always a big fan of you. Christian, great to see you too. Thanks for joining me. This is awesome. This is a lighter day today. It looks like, the comments are a little few and coming and stuff like that, but it is Easter. Easter's coming, and many of you could be out there baking, cooking, getting ready for the event. In the case like Evan, he's preparing for Passover, and he's doing some kosher yummy things for his family. And so you could be just busy. And others of you might be gearing up and getting ready to pay your income taxes, which for many people I've heard is quite a bite. We're feeling the bite marks. So today is just one of those days. I'm not making excuses, but the honest fact is sometimes the Ask Me Anythings are light and sometimes they're not. And there we have it. So those of you who are considering joining later, you may not see us, because what we'll do is we'll probably cut this short so you can go out and have a lovely Friday. The day is beautiful out there. It is beautiful. And so how cool is that? And also, while I'm on the subject of cute things like the light up popcorn buckets, like the return of the electrical parade, like things getting back in order, like when you light things up, cut a person a break, because those things can be really crazy. Anyway, what am I leading up to? I'm leading up to my Cheshire Cat yet again. I want you guys to know that he is just about ready to ship. Speak, Ubu. He's just about ready to. Christian's great to see you, my friend. Great. He's just about ready to ship. This is him. And if you're interested in adopting a kitty, I have about 25 left in an addition of 50. No pressure. But he's about to ship out. And I will be shipping him out next week. I apologize for it taking a bit of a delay, but I don't push my everything is hand painted, hand sculpted, hand designed, and hand painted. You can imagine what it took to paint these stripes and to make that face wonderful. But let me tell you something. His little face glows. So when you turn the light off, his eyes and teeth glow like the cat. Why? Because it's me. Okay. So if you want this little kitty, just go to terrihardin.com. And let me pop it up for you. You go to terrihardin.com. Here it is. And click on online store, and you can order your pussycat. He's still pre-ordered, but he will come to you. I will ship him out next week. I've got a few things I've got to finish up because I've been really up against some deadlines. And also I got so wrapped up in this month of numbers that that I actually thought I had the cat all ready to go once he was shipped to me from my painter. And I realized I had forgot a really important element. And so I had to get that element fixed before I got ready to send him out to you. So there you go. Okay. Cool. I'm so excited for you to get him. So he'll be going out, and I will let you know. So it's not like you got to guess. I will send you. I will let you know he's coming. Give you a tracking number so you can follow your cat to adopt. But if you want one, there you go. He's going to be on his way. And if you're someone who likes to take a look and see them first, I will be at the Disney-AMA fan club show and sale on December 15th. And I am also being honored. Oh, it doesn't have to, don't have to stay on the cat, even though he's really cute, right? I will also be at the Disney-AMA show and sale being honored. Disney-AMA fan club's honor dinner as they honor me as a Disney legend. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I'm excited. Lots to do. So that is May 14th, the Disney-AMA Legends dinner. And I'm going to be sharing the stage with Kim Irvine, who, as you know, is remarkable. She's been with Imagineering for quite some time, and she's quite wonderful. But for me, as I've mentioned before, and I'll mention it again, I'm excited because when I did my Jewels of the Park series, she was there with a litho that she had done to kick it off. Because a lot of times when a new artist is presented by Disney, they have a veteran artist like Kim Irvine come, and people come to see her and then see the other person's artwork. And that's nice that they do that, who knows? I might be able to get back in to Disneyland to sell some of my wares, but we'll see. We'll see. My mind is in a different spot when it comes to that. So we'll see. But I'm excited to reach out and poke that snake as it is to see what gives. Yeah, exactly. All right, my friends, let's get back to this right here. Bob Berdine gave me a churn. Oh, Holly, how nice. Isn't that Bob Berdine a sweetie? Him and Rose and his family and the Tires family. Not like you aren't. You deserve that sippy cup. Wow. That was very kind of him, wasn't it? I have never seen it, so post it. I'd like to see what it looks like. Yeah, guys, I'd love to. Joe says, donuts, bagels, and cream cheese or England muffins with butter and jelly. Bagels and cream cheese with one other element. Smoked salmon. Okay, because I am a fish person. Have I mentioned that before? I should pull in favorites, my picture when I was in China. Back before the pandemic, I was in China, and they love to cook a whole fish, and then they serve it up to you in the fish shape with everything. And I went crazy. Or in Paris, they have these beautiful markets where they lay the fish out. And my husband said, you can't eat it until you buy it. I love it. I love fish. So it's got to have the smoked salmon on top. And it's got to be an authentic bagel, Joe. I was listening to Bill Handel, and Bill Handel says there's bagels, and then there's real Jewish bagels, a bagel made by Jewish bakers who know what a bagel really is. And I was like, oh, because I go to I go to a place like Western Bagel, but Handel was saying, you got to go to, an actual authentic Jewish bakery to get a good bagel. And you know what? I'm on the hunt. I'm going to do that and then I'm going to do like a taste test. Not that there's going to be any kind of difference, because when a baker bakes with love, that's the secret ingredient. Okay. Remember Kung Fu Panda? Yeah. When things are special to you and you cook them with love, which is why Evan Hunter's brownies are going to taste absolutely amazing, because he puts so much love in his food. This is delicious. You can't help but roll your eyes like Rebecca does in the TV show. You can't help it. You can just go, And last night, after a very busy day, I was up at 6, worked till 11. I had one of Evan's amazing biscuits with a glass of red wine. Oh, so yummy. Rebecca doesn't do that. Yeah, Rebecca has it with tea, which I'm doing right now. But, bagels or this, there's where the real decision is, Joe. Hi, happy Easter, Angie. Happy Bunny Day. Or, I mean, for some people, that's what it means, doesn't it? Easter means a chocolate bunny and those great eggs or those peeps. I don't understand peeps, but those of you who love them, maybe you can clue me in as to why people eat peeps. Uh, I'm just noticing that my camera has something. Let me just move it this way because there's something it was catching that looked weird. There we go. That's a little better. You can see my illustrated outfit right there. Um, but yeah, some people think chocolate bunny. I used to like those malt ball Easter eggs. I don't get those. I don't get chocolate bunnies, um, things like that. But we do know that it's a special day in Christian life, and Passover is a very special day in Jewish life. And then, it is it. I don't, like I said, I don't really research people's histories very much, and it's because I sit in a room much like this and sculpt most of my day if I'm lucky. This month has been crunching numbers because got to get our taxes ready to go, and the deadline's coming, and anyone who's an entrepreneur that sells a product, we also have sales tax, and that's of course in this month too. It just feels like they just dump all the number stuff. I guess as an artist, I should be grateful that the number stuff is dumped on this month and I can forget about it for a couple of months, not worry too much about it. But yeah, it's a bit of a hyperventilation time because there's so many numbers, and I'm challenged with numbers. It's not my palette. So I get with an artist where numbers is her palette, and thank goodness she's an artist when it comes to bookkeeping, and thank God I have her because woo, I don't know what I do. Um, it just makes my eyes glaze over when I see massive numbers, and she can figure it out in her head. It just blows me away how accurate she is. I mean, when it's your thing, you guys are magnificent at it, aren't you? You're just magnificent. If it's a thing you do and you're passionate about, you're mind blowing, and it's so exciting to see people that are like that figure out numbers or can memorize names or have amazing recall or can read a book in 2 minutes. All of this. If this is what you love to do, why not share it with the world and be celebrated for it? So I celebrate you. Okay, I draw. I'm working on painting, and there's a charity event I enter every year called the Red Dot Society, the Chuck Jones Society for the Chuck Jones Center for Creativity. Let's get it right, Terry. And they have the Red Dot auction that's coming up, and they invite artists from anywhere to donate a painting, and people buy them, and the money goes to charity. But there's a red dot, meaning that if someone puts a red dot on your painting, they're going to give, I think last look, $750 to the charity. And that is, Terry, the quest for the red dot. I actually will probably call, I'll show you my latest painting, but anyone can submit. So Google Red Dot and offer your services. If you're early enough, I've done it for 5 years. They will send you a canvas. You don't even have to pay for the canvas, and then you paint it and you send it in. And many people do characters from Chuck Jones because it is Chuck Jones, and a lot of people who are there love Chuck Jones. And they also like Fritz Freeling. So you could do Pink Panther and stuff like that. I'm thinking maybe I'll do that next time, is maybe I'll do a Pink Panther and see how that is received. But a lot of times people are there for the Chuck Jones. And this is a thing, if you're a painter and you paint landscapes or you paint people or you paint fantasy or whatever you paint, it's a different entourage that goes. It's a different clientele, and so you don't know. You pretty much paint what you like, and then see how it's received. And sometimes you're painting. I can tell you, for 5 years, one of those years I sculpted, and one of those years I did a demo, and both of those sculpting, both of those sold. I'm a sculptor, so why not? But I thought that was kind of, cheating or bending the rules a bit, because they ask you to do a painting. And so I decided to take that on. And my first painting, I think, was a disaster. I think I've told you guys that they probably threw it in the trash and they kept standing in front of it. You know, it did good, Terry. They're so sweet and so kind, and they don't want you to be hurt if nobody buys your art. But I didn't expect it. I just wanted to have a challenge, and I stretched myself by painting, and I hadn't painted since I was 7. So it was a real challenge. And now, this is my third start to finish painting. I have 2 others that I haven't completed, and that's just because other things that needed to get done because they happen to be for my clients. And it's not fair to do your fun stuff instead of doing your client work. I mean, what's the point? Anyway, so I've got a new painting. We can't say who does the painting because people might buy the painting because they love you. So you have to sign the back, and they choose the paintings on their own merit. So if you're up for this challenge, consider doing the Red Dot Society auction next year. And I will announce it early enough. I did this time, but I'll announce it again because I enter it every single year. And many of the people in Terry's tribe do the same. And it's exciting to see friends of friends who do it. And my friend Michelle Dwinell, she said she's a beginner too, and she's painting this year. So it really feels good when someone stretches out and reaches out with you, and it gives you kind of a goal, because the society doesn't say, no, thank you, this isn't up to our par. They love every painting. Some people do sketches, some people do different things. Some people actually are a bit lazy and they tape stuff to their canvas, and you're like, why do you even bother? But they take it, they accept everything. And if you're someone who likes, who loves Chuck Jones and wants, they also offer animation cells and original art from these cartoons and shows. And that's the challenge, is that, the little paintings used to be the only thing offered, but now there's certain things that are being offered because they love the charity. The charity is a great charity. But it's cool. So I'm on the quest. I'm on the hunt for the red dot. We'll see how I do. We'll see. And, there's always next year. If like last year, I crossed I broke a wall by selling my painting. It didn't get a red dot, but it sold. So that's cool. And it sold for about 150, I think. In any case, I was really happy. I was really happy that it sold. Okay, so it means I'm getting closer, maybe. We'll see. This year, I really worked hard on it, and it's almost done. So I get to finish it today. But it's really exciting. So happy Easter. And what a great way to celebrate Easter, doing something you love, right? The best way to show God you love God is to do what you were meant to do on this earth. Yes? And I'm loving this painting. I really want to get good at it. So it's going to be fun. Terry, what do you think would make Frontierland really live again, especially regarding Tom Sawyer Island? Well, I just had someone go over to Tom Sawyer Island and said they absolutely adored it. Now, the challenge with Tom Sawyer Island, Joe, is that it now houses Fantasmic, doesn't it? So a lot of the island got consumed on one end by the Fantasmic stuff. Not that Fantasmic is a bad thing. Fantasmic is remarkable and wonderful, but that's a challenge for Tom Sawyer Island. I don't know. I love Tom Sawyer Island. I think that Tom Sawyer Island, there's so many. It's not like when we were kids, Joe. Or let me just not say that. Let me say this differently. It wasn't when I was a kid. When I was a kid, if I fell, if I hurt my hand, if I hurt my knees, if I scuffed up a little bit on Tom Sawyer Island, I didn't sue Disneyland. But today, a person gets a hangnail off of or a paper cut, and they're after Disney. And what this does, and I'm not saying that there aren't issues and reasons that one should go after if something goes wrong, right? But it seems like the littlest thing, Disney gets dinged for it, right? There are a lot of things that Disney does they can get dinged for on their own. Am I right? But in this case, what it does is it makes companies fearful. And so I really saw this in Toontown because years ago I took two kids that I helped into this world by catching the babies of my best friend. I love that. Something I'll never forget. It was a bucket list item that wasn't on the bucket list. I never thought I was going to experience this. Okay. But it was wonderful. And I took these two little kids to Toontown. They never left. We sat in a bench. I thought Toontown was designed so well that I sat on a bench with my friend and the kids just ran around playing. And one of those things, three of those things that they played with were bounce houses. Well, all of a sudden the bounce houses disappeared. Why? Because a kid got hurt. A woman threatened the lawsuit and Disney said, we can't have 50, a kid, the purpose of a bounce house is for a kid to get that energy expelled, right? Tire them out. The tree house got, shut down and it was very sad. It was very, very sad. So that takes us back to Tom Sawyer's Island where we were bouncing up and down on that rock that tipped. It was always so scary because you thought you were going to fall over. And of course you weren't. It was Imagineer design. But as a kid, you don't know. You were running in and out of caves and jumping off of things and playing on a barrel bridge and all this kind of stuff. And if you got hurt or your knee scuffed or whatever, you didn't care. But in today's world, Disney is trying to make Tom Sawyer Island or any of these islands kid fun and friendly without kids getting hurt. And it's like, isn't that part of growing up? As a kid, you don't want to be wrapped in bubble wrap because life is tough. Life has teeth and claws. And if you're too much in bubble wrap, you're not prepared for it. Not that you got to fall down or be hurt. Please don't post in the comments that I'm saying kids need to be hurt because that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that there's companies like Disney that have to be super, super careful now. And so Tom Sawyer Island is a little softer, isn't it? But it's still cool. Because the nice thing, Joe, about a kid is they can find fun anywhere. They're kind of like a pussycat or a puppy. You give them a great gift, but they want the box. Kids are like that too. Yeah. And if you're a family of creative where you're taking the boxes and building a rocket ship and going off to unknown lands, it's still cool. So I think the way to improve Tom Sawyer Island is to go there and use your imagination and pretend. Bring back pretending. Yeah. Get with a couple of people and pretend. Nowadays, they call it cosplay. But either way, you don't have to be in a costume to pretend. I watched 20 Million Miles to Earth yesterday, one of my favorite Harryhausen films about the Emer that crashes to Earth from Venus. And there's the little boy from the great state who loves the great country of Texas. I mean, that's the way he talks. He's adorable. Most of the people, the accents are very borderline. Not to offend you if you're from Italy, but it's basically, I don't know. They looked like they were actually Italian, so I can't really say anything. But the little boy goes, pow, 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 pow. He gets some guns. He gets the hat. He wants a horse. And he's running all over the beach going, pow, 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 pow. The beach is nowhere like Texas, but he is imagining the banditos. He's imagining, the gunfights. He's imagining roping a calf. And so maybe what we need to put there is imagination. Because I don't know how much physical they could do more. I mean, it won't go back to when I was a kid. It won't. They're too concerned about getting dinged. People don't want to get dinged. I don't. So there you go. What do you think? Diane, hi, welcome to the tribe again, Diane. Thank you for joining. I don't know if I said that before, and if I said it, it needs to be said again, sweetheart. So thank you. Happy Easter and happy Passover, and thank you. Leslie Smith, I wish I could be at the DFC events, but I finally get to go to Marceline, and it falls on the same weekend in May 15th, not December 15th. Well, girl, you should have waited until September because I'm going there for the Toon Fest. At least I hope I am. They've postponed it. They've had to postpone it twice, but I'm supposed to go to Marceline. I've never been. So I'm excited to go too, but that's in September. I should reach out to him, see if they're going to do it, but I'm trying to, like, I blocked off that whole month because I really want to go. I'm so excited about going and seeing Marceline. I've spoke with a lot of people over there. There's such great people there. So I'm with you, Leslie. That's going to be a cool place to go. Yeah, super cool place to go. Steven. Oh, thank you. Steven's always sending me nice, fun pictures and stuff. In fact, like I said, it's his fault that I have this broadcast today, and I'm so grateful. Yeah, I'm so grateful. Bob Berdeen. Hi, Bob Berdeen. You guys are emoji folks. I got to get into that, I guess. I'll help you find a good bagel bakery. Thanks, Joe. That would be great. I would love that. Yeah, I would love it. I love authentic foods. Yeah, I love going to a country or a city or a town. In fact, I was in Boston years ago, and I wanted to find a lobster roll, and I wanted that classic one and the sliced bread. I couldn't find it. Most of the lobster rolls are like really not that great, and people said I have to go to Maine. I think it's a great excuse to go to Maine because I've been dying to go to Maine because it's supposed to be beautiful there. It's where I think I would move, and I've never been there. But it's not, I don't know for real. But I do want to see it. I have a couple friends who live there, and they go, come on, you got to check it out. I think it would be fun to see Maine. And they tell me that's where the best lobster rolls are, not Boston. So if you're from Boston and you know, but that's what I wanted. I wanted to try the classic. I'm not much for lobster compared to other fish. I like mackerel, which is why I have such a great time in Japan, because mackerel has got great omega-3s, but more importantly, it's a fishy fish, and I love it. And so do the Japanese. So it can be in everything. And I was just like, woohoo! You know, my Tigger. Oh, that's wonderful. Peeps are just marshmallows covered in sugar, but people love them. Have you looked at the Peeps come in all kinds of flavors? It gets creepier. Yeah, they're just not my thing. I've never been a peeper. Give me the classic chocolate rabbit, or even better yet, the malt balls that look like speckled eggs. I love those. Yeah, I love those. And then the newest trend, which I showed on my, I showed the tribe today, and I might as well show you guys. One of the other fun trends that I love is authentic sourdough bread. And if you haven't heard, I'm sure you've heard of Boudin's in San Francisco, but look what they sent me. Isn't he the cutest thing ever? And he's all bread. Isn't he adorable? Just like a chocolate bunny, which do you eat first? Now, one girl said she eats the ears off so the poor bunny can't hear, so he can't hear himself screaming as you eat the rest of the chocolate bunny. Really grisly. I wonder if they watch Walking Dead. In any case, here's the bunny, and it's so cute. He's even got a little belly button, and I think these are currants and a raisin. Isn't he cute? Yeah, and he's heavy too. But this is the Boudin Bakery. So I'm going to put him back in the bag because I'm trying to save him till Easter so that I can share it with my family. And I want him to stay fresh. So, but they sent it to me. But before I wrap it up, here is the company. And they're out of San Francisco, okay? But the thing is that, and you see how they say since 1849, that's how old their starter is. And when they move from place to place, they have a police escort. Starter breads, if you bake bread, you know that that's very important. The older the starter, a lot of times the sourer the bread. And it's great, but you got to live near the San Francisco Bay Area, or I think Boudin said that they opened another bread baking place, but I don't remember where it is. Since I live in California, I didn't really pay attention. But, and that's not to say Californians don't pay attention, but I know the one in San Francisco. So end of story, right? But you can order it online and have it sent to you, but the shipping becomes as expensive as the bread because they want to make sure they get it to you fresh. And so I can't, it has to be a very special, special, special occasion like Easter that I order the bread. And for those of you who don't know, if you're diabetic and you love bread, if you have sourdough bread that has an authentic starter, okay, so one starter, it doesn't have to be from 1849, but it does have to be an authentic starter. So many sourdough breads use a yeast to give that starter a boost, and that's called fake starter amongst sourdough enthusiasts. So I know this isn't about a popcorn bucket. I'm sorry, but we talked about that already. But let's get into the bread. This bread, because it has an actual functioning starter. And a lot of times the bread will say in the ingredients, started from an actual sourdough starter. That's what they'll say in there because they know how important it is to diabetics. It doesn't spike your blood sugar. Now, if you eat the whole rabbit, it could. I don't know. I'm not going to test it. But, you want to have, I know that many diabetics like bread, and bread can up your blood sugar. This does not do that. Okay. I have a friend who's diabetic who shared it with us, and we love sourdough bread. So if all we have to do is to focus on one that uses an authentic starter and we get to have this beautiful bread, we're going for it because we love it. I had no idea that I could do this, and I really love it. I like whole wheat and stuff, but those can spike your blood sugar. So it's really cool. And my husband loves sourdough bread, and I love sourdough bread, and we love this one. But this one can cost as much. There is another sourdough bread that's a little less pricey and a little more easier to get to you. And if you're interested in that, you can ask. But it's great. It's great. I mean, if you live near San Francisco, like my friend Darren Michaels, he's like next door to the place. He must really suffer because you know how good bread smells when it's baking and when it's your business. Ay, ay, ay. How are you not just, yeah, it's one of the joys in life is eating a good bread or eating a good sweet roll or eating a good, eating good baked goods. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going to be 65 in June. And I feel like that is a joy in life is to test fresh baked goods. So that's why when Evan cooks me my Ted Lasso biscuits, they're like gold to me. And I'm very careful because I only have so many. So I had a rough day Monday and Evan brought me these biscuits and I'm like rationing them with myself to give myself a little reward if I've had a rough day or whatever, I'm just tickled pink that this is happening. So thank you. For me, Peeps are health-spawn demon snacks. Darren, tell us how you really feel. Is there anybody out there that likes Peeps? I know you're out there because they are just amazing how many I can't get over that. If they're making different flavors of Peeps, somebody out there wanted different flavors of Peeps. And I agree. I don't know if I would say they're hellspawn, but I think they're a creepy snack. They really are a creepy snack. For me, they're a creepy snack. I can't eat them either. Richard says, I never liked Peeps until we were looking to roast marshmallows with the kids and couldn't find any. Oh, the kids like them. Yeah, a lot of people like to roast the Peeps, which is also creepy. Okay, just saying. And squish it. Yeah, make s'mores with. The visual is not good. My imagination is flying, Richard. But we did have Peeps, and roasting those things was satisfying in so many ways. I knew you were going to say this, Richard. Oh my gosh. No, I couldn't do it. That's one of the things about the new Ghostbusters was those little marshmallows lighting each other on fire. I couldn't hack it. That I couldn't deal with that scene. That was too much for me, even though everybody else thought it was funny. And I knew it was CG, right? But I couldn't. It was, I don't know. It didn't work for me. Isn't that funny? It's, yeah. As a woman, how have you overcome the lack of respect in the world? How do you prove to others your worth? Loaded question, just struggling in corporate in America as a woman. Angie, you need to join the tribe. as soon as you can. This is not pressure. It's $5 a month and $60 a year, but it would be money well spent for you. Because one of the things is you get with like-minded people. You get with people who turn to you and say, you're worth it. You can get specific in the tribe because it's private, and we address things that you're challenged with specifically. As to here, you got to stay kind of general, right? But as a woman, it's interesting that you would bring this up because I just dropped a video called, it's Disneyland Paris's 30th anniversary. Why am I not in Paris? Because as you know, I designed the Dragon's Lair. Paris, which is the #1 attraction in Paris. It is, okay? There's others that are close, but people go to see the dragon under the castle if they know about it. Okay, some of you go and go, there's a dragon under the castle. What? But most go. And they go again and again and again because they're like me. They love dragons and they love seeing one move and breathe and react and stuff. But at the time, I mean, even now, as a woman, you just have to realize the road is going to be a little more challenging, but that's a wall that we have. And hopefully this wall will be broken soon. Okay. Don't you find it a bit ironic that they're fighting for binary people? They're fighting for LGQRSTUV, and I'm not making fun of it. I just I'm not good with labels. I'm not good with that. So I struggle with that one. But they're really fighting for all these people. In fact, they're making changes, a lot of changes in movies and films. They're changing iconic characters into these characters, and some of us like it, many of us don't. I don't think that to honor us as a suppressed group is to, put us in places just to put us in places. Don't fill a quota. So I'm also a woman of color, as you know. And what color? But I'm a woman of color. I'm half Black. And I said before, I don't want you to pick me because you're filling a quota. I want you to pick me because you think I'm talented. Of course, in the film industry, whatever you can get in might work. So, hey, fill a quota. But seriously, I think you just have to show with how much. It's kind of like the show me state. Angie, you got to show them. Okay. I remember going into Be an Imagineer. My third interview out of like a gazillion. It took them 3 months before they realized I was the person. I mean, and I'm not saying everybody didn't realize it right away, just the people doing the hiring. And this often happens. People doing the hiring look at you for things that have nothing to do with your job criteria, especially if you're a woman. Now, I can't say if you're a man, this is the same because I've never been a man. So I can't tell you that it's easier for them, but it appears to be, right? We've seen it. We think so. But I walked in and he told me as I carried my portfolio and stood before him, why wasn't I in a skirt and heels for the interview? Because out of respect, you dress up for an interview, don't you? Many men come in a suit and tie, women come in a skirt. And I was like, why would I do that? Because unlike many women in Imagineering, I am a construction site gal, okay? I'm getting the dirty work done, okay? I'm not really, I can do the figure finishing, the costuming, the dressing up, not really the painting. That's another thing. Fur and feathers, I've done them, but that's not what I want to do. I want to do the understructure, the lath, the plaster, the construction, the designing, the rock work, that's me. But there's not a lot of women that do that. It's kind of like a woman who wants to be a firefighter. More and more are doing this, but it's not thought as the norm. So you have to prove yourself 5 times more because you're going for a position where they just don't see it. They just don't see it. And you just got to keep showing it. You got to keep showing up. I mean, one of my favorite movies is Hidden Figures. Have you seen it? And Hidden Figures is amazing because not only were these women rock stars, but they were suppressed. Nobody let us know about them till decades later. I mean, that's a sin. Decades later, these women helped get us to the moon in 1969. A lot of you weren't born then. I was, and I was still a kid. But I would have loved to have known these women, who were also women of color. Their work helped to get us to the moon. Oh, yes, there were others, but we never got to hear about these ladies until now. Thank God they were still alive when this movie came out, when this book came out. I don't know why it is, Angie. It's ridiculous. It's just crazy. But you just you be the best who you are, and you prove it. You just got to prove it. So I did sculpting to give you an illustration of one of my favorite opportunities. Was Disney has a lot of satellite areas when you're doing construction of things. And for Disney Parade, I created a character called Mrs. Godzilla. And I don't think I have a picture of it, or I'd show it to you. It's hilarious. I'll try and take it, and then I'll show it to you, because I don't think I have it. But I was going in to sculpt out of foam Mrs. Godzilla, a giant Godzilla character for the parade. But she was Mrs. Godzilla because Disney didn't want to have to pay Toho Studios the rights to Godzilla. So they made Mrs. Godzilla. It's clever. Change it 10%, you know. So I was going to sculpt this character, and I was hired by Disney to come in to an area that was, you guessed it, all men. And I came in dressed in my outfit. I realized I didn't finish my story with the skirt, but I basically told the guy that I'm in construction, so I wouldn't be wearing a skirt if I have to crawl all over tables. Not the most appropriate wardrobe. That's what I told him. And then he looked at my portfolio and said, wow, you've done a lot. And wow, I have. But anyway, back to the parade. I came in carrying a chainsaw and a machete and my toolbox. And all the men looked at me and thought, what is she going to do with that? Hope she doesn't hurt herself, you know, and they made a couple jokes and stuff. But I ignored them, Angie. I absolutely ignored them, because when it comes to foam carving, I'm one of the fastest, most accurate, scary people when I get these two tools in my hands and I start to carve that foam, because it's what I cut my teeth on. In the film industry, there was an opening and they said foam carving, and it's not a fun place to be because it really can hurt. But I said, that's my in. And I jumped in, and I was carving caverns and caves and giant statues and creatures for the film industry. And I was doing it out of foam. And then the rose float later. Yeah. You saw my sketch over the Titanic. Did I show you guys the sketch over the Titanic? Am I digressing again? You know, losing where I was. I'll do it again. I'll show you again. I will show you again. There it is. There's my Titanic. Okay. So I did this rose float. There you go. My picture's hiding behind. I'll hide your comment just for a second, Angie. But I did this picture that I'm going to show you, because you're looking at me right now. There we go. Okay. So this picture right here is the float that I designed for the Tournament of Roses parade. And I helped people build this giant dragon with the boy. 1996, just look at 1996 fantasy trophy winner and you will see this. Okay. But I trained people how to do it. I showed them how to do it. Okay. Because they called me the foam queen at Disney as Imagineering, because I could just bend it to my will. And I did. Okay. So, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Some of you guys are like maybe looking, your eyes crossing, and you're going, foam? Foam? Yeah, so do I have I don't seem to have the picture, so it's crazy that it's not in there. Silly Terry. Silly Wabbit. Kicks of her trids. I'll find it. There it is. Okay, so here we are sculpting Big Thunder Mountain Paris, me and Vicine Virales. And this is the foam, okay? Yeah, try not to look at the hair. The hair is crazy. My hair was always crazy. Great to have dreadlocks now. And you carve out of this foam, and I'm really fast and I'm really good. And I didn't paint it. Someone else did. But this is a more of a construction thing. So when the men teased me at this parade thing, I smiled and said, good to meet you. And then I said, I'm going to get started. And you push these giant blocks together, and then I scrape it off and I chop a little bit with a machete, and then I get the chainsaw. Long story short, in 10 days, where there was blocks or nothing, in 10 days, there was a good 10-foot Mrs. Godzilla that I used a chainsaw and machete. And after they saw me wield this chainsaw, they were like, whoa, you know, and we became friends. So sometimes you just need to say, you know, you don't need to say anything. You just go, because you know you're good. So, but it's a shame that we always have to prove it. Yeah, it's a shame. It would be nice if the world didn't make women prove it every time they turn around. And that's why I get that that's what you're feeling right now. So let me ask you, is corporate America where you really want to be? And doesn't mean you should quit. No, 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 no. But the thing that's nice about the tribe is there might be a side hustle that you could do and let that grow before you say bye to corporate America. Many have. And it's an option for you. The tribe helps you to do that. And it's not just Terri in the tribe that helps you to do it. It's the tribe. The tribe is amazing. They are phenomenal. Yeah, thank you for your question. The eggs, rabbits, and such are remnants of ancient Roman fertility festivals that occurred in the spring. I didn't know that. How fun. I know as a kid, I wouldn't have cared about where it came from as long as my basket was full, right? You know, when you're a kid, you're all about the candy, or you're all about, and you were, you know, even though I was all about the candy at Easter, I loved Palm Sunday, because Palm Sunday, when you went to church, and I am Christian, so let's get that out in front right away. Palm Sunday, when I went to church, I loved Palm Sunday because when you opened the hymnal, there was a cross made out of a reed inside. And I loved getting that little cross, that little reed cross. I loved Palm Sunday. So that was my other like Easter thing, was that I loved that Palm Sunday cross, and I loved getting candy as a kid. So yeah. You celebrate God by doing what you were put on this earth to do. And I was put on this earth to help you do it. Yeah. Besides me doing it, you know, I'm almost 65. It's time for me to show you how to do it, to help you do it. And I do that on the tribe. That's what I do. That's what we all do. Yep. Happy Easter, Audrey. Can't wait to see you. Did you get a little peek at the spotlight last week? If not, I will be doing a wrap up of it, a little Cliff Notes thing, but it'll be a little while. Ooh, that would be fun to be in Marceline for Toonface. Also, please forgive me, but I have to say it's Marceline. Yeah, I always say Marceline, don't I? And there's no A in it. Marceline is what I should have said, huh, Leslie? It doesn't really look like Marceline either, does it? The English language. It's crazy, isn't it? Thank you for the correction, sweetheart. Appreciate it. Marceline. I'm 40 minutes from Boston and not far from Maine border. Massachusetts would welcome you with open arms. Thank you, Richard. I have to come out there and see you. I was introduced to Boston and I love Boston because you guys have a zip code that starts with 0. Seriously, that's why I was tripping wanting to go there. Any state that starts with 0 means you guys were there from the beginning. And I really wanted to see what kind of history you did have. And it was wonderful. One of the things about Boston that I love is there's that like area. What is it that it's an Italian section, and there's 2 sets of people who bake cannolis that are in battle with each other. I can't remember their names, but that was so much fun to go to the Italian baker number 1 and get their cannolis, and then go to Italian baker number 2 and get their cannolis and kind of make your decision. And there's 2 camps in Boston that do that. And it was really fun to experience that. To be honest with you, I'm not much for cannolis, but that's what I discovered. They're just a bit too sweet. But it was great to hear about their rivalry, and they smile with their heart and they're loving with their heart. And this bagel thing about the Jewish bagel makers that I touched on, Bill Handel said the thing that makes it so lovely is in California, they all support each other and they all celebrate each other. They're all a big baking family, even though they're not, they're adoptive baking family. They support each baker. They don't look at each other as competition. They look at each other as allies and help each other when in need. And they say it's a West Coast thing. It doesn't happen on other coasts. I don't know. I live on the West Coast, but I'm happy to hear that I'm a part of that because I love that. And that's why I'm always pushing the tribe on you, because that's important. You know, you guys got fired up. I was about to say goodbye, and all of a sudden you went, bam, we're not going to let you go yet. Thank you. That's very sweet of you all. But yes, Richard, I loved that. And then I went down to Cotuit, and I went over to Martha's Vineyard and to Nantucket. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful over there. Love it over there. Yeah, I sailed with the Kennedy family, as in John F. and Bobby Kennedy family. No, I didn't sail with John F. Kennedy, but I sailed with Max Kennedy, son of Robert Jr. Kennedy. Robert Kennedy. Yes, sorry, forgive me. It's a lot to say because, you know, that's a real big one. Yeah, that was pretty surprising that we got to sail. We sailed on the Glide, which was Robert Kennedy's, Bobby Kennedy's. It was a big deal. It was wonderful. But we got to meet Rose Kennedy, and that was, to me, like meeting the Queen, to be honest with you. I haven't met the Queen, but I had to really fight to not say, Your Majesty. She was lovely, just the lovely groups of family. But I got to go do that, and that's how I got to Boston. My husband and I went. Sailed on the Glide, and I got sick as a dog, and they were all so sweet. Oh, you're not no good with motion, are you? No, never have been. They were very kind. They were very sweet. If you want to hear that story, just ask. I'll tell you some more. Yes. But thank you, Richard. I'd like to come see you. I really would. Michelle says, if you take 2 peep chicks, stick a toothpick in each one and put them in your microwave facing each other, turn on the microwave, you can watch the peeps have a duel or just watch the YouTube video. I think I'm going to do the same. Oh, you're funny, Michelle. Boy, you got me on that one. I think I'll watch the YouTube video. That is not what I thought you were going to say. Thank God that's what you said. Connie says, I have made bunny bread, but the sourdough wasn't from the king of breads. It's fun to do. You know, I have a cookie book coming out at some point, Connie. That is my designer cookies. I do designer cookies for my family and close friends that I love. And I was on track to publish it, but my photographer, who is my husband, really didn't like the photos he was taking. So we're going to do it again, and it'll eventually come out. But I did a sculpted cookie for a contest. And actually, of all the people, I can't remember. I have the letter here somewhere, but I can't remember if it was for Pillsbury, I think. Whoever is Pillsbury, Pillsbury Doughboy, et cetera, et cetera. I think it was for that contest. And out of thousands and thousands of entries, I took third and won $50. It was cool. But that made me think, so I love sculpting anything. I mean, sculpting bread, you got to get ready for the rise, right? I'm thinking you have to kind of second guess the rise so the bunny doesn't disappear into himself. And they've got that down to a science. And I'll bet you do too. Pretty impressive. Yeah, pretty impressive. Richard says, I live in Sturbridge. You're going to have to show me a pronunciation on that. Marceline. No, I'm kidding. The rumor is that Jim Henson met Carol Spinney at a puppeteer convention held in the Sturbridge Sheraton Hotel. Well, isn't that cool? Mr. Spinney lived in just a few towns away until his passing. I know. He was love. He was one of the nicest people, I can tell you right now. One of the nicest people, and adored playing Big Bird. I mean, but what's not to love playing Big Bird? Because you get to see the faces of children. And we had the pleasure of, in the tribe, we have Miss Connie Lane, and she talks about, she was an ambassador for Disney. She is an ambassador for Disney. Let me say it in the present tense, because once you are, you're never not. Okay. You may not be in the underneath the umbrella, but you still are. Like, I'm an Imagineer. I'm at the contractor stage now, so I'm not an official one at Imagineering the building, but they still reach out to me. It's different. We've agreed to do some things different. I'm the come here, get away Imagineer, but I'm still an Imagineer. Not former, not future, still am. So she is too. And she talked about going to visit the children and seeing the faces when they saw Mickey Mouse and it lights up. And that's me too. On a Disney cruise, if you get up early enough and you watch the ship go into port, your Disney cruise ship go into port, a lot of times the people in that port, I can say specifically about the Mexican Riviera, when the Disney ship cruises over here, that the kids would come out and their parents and from orphanages and everything. And it just made your heart just filled your heart with such joy, because it was such a generous thing for Disney to do. And they loved Mickey and Minnie Mouse. So from my own experience, it just wells you up and just makes you so happy. So Carol said the same thing, being able to make a kid's life brighter, seeing Big Bird. Well, why not? Why wouldn't you want the best job in the world? Yeah. Yeah. There used to be a Boudin South Coast Plaza. Is it still there? I don't know, Stephen. I don't know if it is. If it is, it's a reason to go to South Coast Plaza. Don't have them ship. I love Peeps. I think you have to be addicted to sugar, but only in the original flavor. Diane, good for you. Good for you for stepping up to the Peep pouncers. All of us pouncing on the poor Peeps, and the Peeps are like, we're out here because you love us. Just because you guys don't doesn't mean we're not loved. And here is Diane saying she likes the originals. You know what? I know if anybody sends me Peeps, you're getting them, sweetheart. You're getting them with love. I'm not even going to stamp them. I'm not going to put them in a microwave. No, nothing. I'm going to put a bow on them and tell them I love you and send them right to you. I like Peeps. I don't look at them. I just eat them, says Bob Burdine. Diane, you have a friend, Bob Burdine. Now I'll just give him to Bob and you. He says he closes his eyes. What are you, Godzilla? Bob, funny. The Disneyland Paris video is next on my list today. Thank you. That is different from most of the videos I post, so be ready. Beware. No, be ready. Let me know what you think, Angie, okay? Yeah, give me your opinion in the comments. Darren says, even though I don't like Peeps, I live on the edge and like candy corn and pineapple on pizza. Yes. Well, candy corn's special to me because the Foster Farms chickens, they were always being teased with candy corn here on the West Coast. The Foster Farms chicken characters were always eating candy corn. So it's a really strange candy though, isn't it? Candy corn. It doesn't taste anything like corn or candy for that matter. Flavor's not found in nature or anywhere else. The only thing that keeps me from the tribe this time is I feel like I would always be working and not able to attend often. Well, Angie, here's the deal. The tribe and I are talking about, and I didn't talk about it last time, but we are going to, and I didn't mention to them that we are going to talk about it this time. And I am going to write it down here. Monday night call. We're going to do a Monday night Zoom call. And I think what I'm going to do, because most of the tribe has voted for it, is do a Monday night Zoom call once a month. Okay. So the reason I'm doing this is for people like you who work, people like Audrey who goes to school, but many people who haven't been able to join the Zoom call. They can listen to they can get on the tribe at any time, the tribe Facebook page, and they have been able to listen to a lot of the videos and share that shifting on Patreon. So you definitely can look at the library. That's coming. But I know how you feel, because you want to have a Zoom call where you can get together with people. So many people have voiced just what you have, Angie. And they've said that they would love to have a nighttime Zoom call. How does Monday night look for you? And I will let you know when I start those. I think I'm going to start the very first, and it will be in place of the Wednesday one because I am a busy lady. But I'm thinking of doing the first one May 2nd. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing it Monday. I was thinking of doing it April 25th, but April's kind of a crazy, twisted month for me. So I think I'm going to go into the lovely, beautiful flowers of May and do it May 5th. So if you want to join in May, I'll keep you posted and let you know what we've decided. And we're going to do one, and I'll keep it consistent. Like it may be the first of each month, 1st of May, the first Monday in May, the first Monday in June. Those are the things I got to check up with the tribe, but we are going to do a nighttime call, and we're thinking about 6:30 p.m. Pacific. So let me know what you think, okay? Because many are missing out and want to be a part. There's more that you can get, but I understand why you're doing that. So thank you for being so honest with me. And for all those of you who do work and you're like, I'm not going to be able to enjoy the fruits of being part of Terri's tribe on Patreon, we're going to do a nighttime one, okay? We're just working with people to see if that's going to work. So, and I'm talking to the tribe about that. So I got you in my mind, sweetie. Leo said, best day I had in junior college was with a group of escaped persistent San Joaquin Valley College when a group of us escaped persistent San Joaquin Valley fog, headed to San Francisco for a beautiful day, and had lunch of fresh boudins, sourdough bread, and beer on a green strip at the wharf. Oh, I know. Yes, visited Tower Records and recreated the Taking It to the Streets album cover in Chinatown too. How nice. That does sound fun, Leo. That would have been my meal too, except for no beer. It would be a glass of wine and or a ale, a cider, because I like ciders, not beer. I'm not into beer, and fish. Yeah, have to have some fish with the bread. Yeah, gotta have fish and bread. Of course, hot bread with a little butter. Duh, right, Leo? Oh, and San Francisco has just the right ingredients of salty air, of wharf smell, of, I love Fisherman's Wharf because you can get so much fresh fish there. At least when I was there before, you could get fresh fish. You could actually go to a guy and he would give you some fish that was cooked or steamed or right there at those little street type vendor. Oh, my mouth is watering now, Leo. Yummy. Candy corn separate, not on pizza. Bob Burdine says, I believe we should respect everyone. We should all learn to coexist. It truly is important. Yeah. And it's getting harder, isn't it? Yeah. It's getting, people are more challenged. They are indeed. So good for you for saying that. Hello, Leslie. Yeah, I'm going to miss you in Marceline. I'm going to say that all the time, Leslie. Look what you started. I think you're more of a Marceloon, says Joe. Well, in September, this Marceloon is going to Marceline. I'm going to think of you every time I say that word now, Leslie. But I'm not teasing you. You know that I ask you guys to correct me if I say something wrong, right? Because I mean it. I mean it. In all honestly, I'm looking at the camera and saying thank you for being so considerate to help me say things better. Stand up straight, Terri. Why are you leaning and slouching? What are you doing that for? Fun fact: Norman Bates is eating candy corn from a little bag in Psycho. Really? When Arbogast, the private investigator, arrives in the Bates motel. I know exactly what you're talking about. How do you know it's candy corn? Do we see it? I don't really pay attention to that much. I love Psycho too. Do we see the corn exactly? That could be fun. I'm going to go back and watch that movie and look for the candy corn. I have a picture of It's a Small World done in all peeps that I will send to you. It's pretty cool. Leslie, what? Oh my gosh, I'd love to see that. Please do. And then I'll share it with you guys. If that's okay, Leslie. I'll share it with everybody here on the channel. But the day, the Monday or the Friday after you send it, I'll share it because that sounds fantastic. I can handle it. I'm not eating it. Thanks, Leslie. Thanks for the update on the tribe. I heard most, but my boss called, so I need to rewind. Yeah, don't worry. Basically, I'm just saying that we're going to do a Monday night call for Zoom, Angie. So yeah, rewind, watch it, and you'll hear what I have to say. And then I'll keep you updated. But what I would do is join in May, because I think May 2nd is going to be our first nighttime Zoom call. But I will keep you posted on that because we're going to talk about it Wednesday on the Wednesday Zoom call. Ernie LeBlue, woo! How are you, sweetie? My friend in Rose Float is Ernie. Yes, among other things, but she is a big Rose Float person, and me too. Speaking of May, for those interested, the new Beverly Cinema in LA is showing Kiki's Delivery Service in 35 millimeter next month for the first Saturday Kids matinee. How fun is that? How fun is that? I think I am going to see it at the Academy Theater. Yeah, the Academy Theater is doing a Miyazaki thing all the way through June 5th. And they are showing Kiki's Delivery Service too, among, I love Totoro. It's the first one that I did. And I actually, with my friend Lynette Eklund, built Totoro for the opening, for Miyazaki's opening in New York when he was first introduced into the United States. We built the Totoro outfit that was going to shake hands with children. But I adore Princess Mononoke. I love that. And I actually, for the first time, listened to it dubbed in English, and it actually was pretty good. They did a pretty good job. I was impressed. I still will go back and listen to the original because what we're learning now is that the dub version has more stuff than the dub version has less stuff than the English subtitle version. I don't know why this is true, but my husband and I discovered this with the Godzilla movies. There's more stuff that is translated when you read it as opposed to it being dubbed. And I don't know if that's a money thing or what it is, but it was really weird when I started to realize that's not what they said. That's not what that translates into. Strange. It's strange. But anyway, Princess Mononoke is my favorite, and I will go back to the Japanese subtitles. I tested the dubbing because I really don't like the dubbing. One of the dubbings that makes me crazy is Laputa. The Flying City with I can't stand the dubbing in that. Makes me nuts. So I have to read it. Yep. But thank you, Joe. That's great. So Beverly Cinema, be there, be square. You're going to dig it. Unless you're not keen with kids watching it with you. And sometimes they can get a little rambunctious. So you got to kind of ask yourself, right? Diane says, I agree with you about the movie Hidden Figures. I was amazed that these women were hidden for so many years. It's a heartbreaker, isn't it? To me, it's just a sin. It's an absolute sin. It's a crime. So thank goodness that the book came out and the movie came out and done with such heart and such kindness. The, what did they call her? No, they didn't call her a calculator. But the woman who could do numbers in her head, see that she was an artist. She was a genius artist doing those numbers in her head. And then she was, what is it that Kevin Costner says? Find the genius. That's your job, is to find the genius amongst you. Find the rock star. Find the unicorn. Find the person who's passionate about what they love. And her art was numbers. And wow, what an amazing woman. Their pictures are on my wall in here. They just inspire me so much. And the woman who figures out, the woman who, I think they call them computers. Or I think. Anyway, each woman is special in their own right, and each woman steps out of their comfort zone, Angie, and goes for it. In fact, the woman who finally gets the IBM to work, she's fantastic. It's not stolen if you pay your taxes. Okay? They just didn't let anything stop them. And what you need to do is get that movie. And if you've seen it, you just watch it over and over and over and over again. I do. I'm just so proud of these women. And I mean, what was it like to sit for decades and know that you had a strong influence on our space program and not a single lick of credit? You know, I just watched it because I have a video called, it's Disneyland Paris's 30th anniversary. Why am I not there? Because I was hurt. I was sad. I was just like these women. I wasn't as intelligent as these women by any means, and I didn't help us get to space, but I helped Paris become a favorite park when Paris didn't like the park being there at all. So I was hurt, and I only had to I could say something about it because I have YouTube, but they didn't. They sat quietly, not being able to talk about it, or if they did, in very small circles. Yet it came out because the truth often does, doesn't it, Angie? And when you're a diamond, you can't help but sparkle, right? So remember, if these people are poisoning you, if you're in an environment that's a bit toxic, poison isn't effective unless you take it. And it's not always easy not to take it because it can be dealt in so many sweet ways that sometimes it's like a tail that whaps you in the back. It's a backhanded kind of insult sometimes. So you can't always be there, but it's something to shake free. And the tribe is, that's why the tribe is there. It's not why I did the tribe, guys. It's not why I built my Patreon page. I built my Patreon page for a different reason, but this is what you do when you let people get together and it organically form into the community it's supposed to be. This is what happens. And it's the best thing. So, I talk to you about it because you need it. Yeah, I need it. So you need it too. Not correct. It's education and learning. No, come on. You corrected me so I could be educated and learn. And I don't mind that, Leslie. I don't mind that. And people are so cute here on this channel because if they do help me with pronunciation, if the speaking of certain words and things like that, they apologize. Don't apologize. Okay. I took English in the 7th grade. Okay. Like we all did. And my teacher loved my artwork so much. She allowed me not to do the lessons and words. And if only I could have had that for math. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys. But what she did was I illustrated posters about the importance of learning English. How ironic is that? And that carried me all through school. So I'm learning now, I think at 50, when I was 52, I met Jim Rohn, and Jim Rohn said, "Why are you still using this excuse?" And I said, "I don't know." So I started to, thank goodness for spell checker, because I try to spell the word first and spell checker goes wrong, wrong, wrong. But they don't give you the real one. I mean, I love it when they give me the actual, I can get it close enough that they give me what it's really spelled like, and I love being able to go into Google and to say it. I think, what was it yesterday I was trying to spell and I could not get it right. And so I just spoke it into Google and Google put it up there and I'm like, yay, I look like I'm intelligent. When it comes to spelling and when it comes to pronunciation, it's not my wheelhouse, but I'm getting better and better and better. When I met my husband, I said, "This place has beautiful decorum." True story. Wow, this is beautiful decorum. Yeah. Wrong word. They went, and then they gently corrected me for my education and learning. I love you, Leslie. Thank you for watching out for me. Sure, share. Be more specific. That was years ago. No. The bag Norman Bates eats from clearly says candy corn. Oh, I got to read it? No, I'm kidding. I'm going to go back and check it out. I really didn't notice the bag, and I watch it all the time. But see, this is what I like about watching movies over and over and over again. You notice things that you didn't notice before. you know, and if you slow movies down, because DVDs, that's the blessing of DVDs, is you slow it down. Like in King Kong, the 1933 King Kong. If you watch it when Kong is terrorizing the village, there's a villager, a native, who it has a basket, and the basket grabs his wig and rips it off. So he's kind of chasing the basket and the wig. It's cute. It's really cute. I love that stuff. I love the faux pas. In Star Wars, one of the mistakes that I love is the stormtroopers can't see so well in the original Star Wars from 1977, that he kicks that little robot that goes beep, 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 and he's leading the stormtroopers. He kicks it because he can't see it. So it's a great thing. And the guy, of course, the famous one in Star Wars, when C-3PO and R2-D2 are inside the Death Star and they're trying to undo the trash compactor that Luke and everybody is being crushed in. Open up in there, stormtroopers. And again, because he can't see, he hits his head on the overhanging door. The door opens up and he clocks himself. And I mean, he really hits himself hard enough for whiplash. So you're usually following the action to go to see if C-3PO and R2-D2 are going to be okay. And instead watch the stormtrooper clock himself. So I love that stuff. I love seeing stuff that doesn't quite fit. So in Game of Thrones, when the Starbucks cup is left, that was a big one on YouTube. Everybody talked about that one, but I still thought it was cool. I love that. I love the little faux pas and mistakes. I live for those. I love those. I don't look for them, but I love those. So I love when something new reveals itself like this. So thank you, Joe. That's really exciting. I just texted The Small World. Thank you, sweetie. I'm excited to see it. I'm so excited. Thank you for thinking of me and sharing that. Calculators. Yeah, I kept thinking it was Calculators Computer, but wow. Was a job title for Women Hidden Figures, since that's what they did, calculate trajectories and such. It's amazing, wasn't it? And it's the one movie, okay, because you've heard me before say I'm not a Kirsten Dunst fan, because I think the woman barely has a pulse when she's acting. But in this movie, that lack of pulse really works. It comes off as being indifferent, snarky, I can't be bothered with you kind of an attitude. It really works for the character in Hidden Figures. I think she's fantastic in there, you know, and because you really don't like her. I've met people like her so many times in situations like that with women or men of color, people of color. You get next to a snarky person like that. And sometimes we make choices we shouldn't do as people of color. We let things go that maybe we shouldn't. But the way you don't let it go is important too. That's what Sidney Poitier said. Be careful. Be careful. Be the best you can be, because some people just don't know. Okay? They just don't know. So thank you, Joe. I knew you would take good care of me. Guys, we're at an hour and a half, and I'm going to sign off because it's Happy Easter. And you guys went longer. I thought we were only going to be 30 minutes today, and that would have shocked a lot of people. So thank you for popping questions in and pushing me to a little bit further, because that way it feels like a good, juicy Ask Me Anything. So because of you, I want to thank you for that. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. And if you're someone who likes to build castles out of peeps, squish them together, put them in a microwave, or just have a chocolate bunny, as well as celebrating Easter and for Passover. No, let Easter be the way you celebrate, no matter how you do. I love you. I care about you. Thank you so much. Take a look at that video. Disneyland Paris's 30th anniversary. Why aren't I in Paris? And give me your thoughts on it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. It would be nice. Well, now you're going to have to airdrop the Small World. Yes, I'm going to show it next time. I promised her I'd show it next time. Yeah, not today. Something you got to wait for. Yeah. Have an amazing weekend. Thank you, Darren. You too. Go get some of that bread. That'd be a great way. Get a bunny bread, Darren. All you have to do is walk over. Happy Passover, everyone. Happy Easter. I love you guys. Do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel a whole much better. Thank you, Diane. Please do, and let me know what you think. Okay. Hugs and kisses, guys. You know, I love you. I mean, seriously, I keep saying it, but I really mean it. I don't know what I'd do without people like you in my life. Thanks so much. We'll see you Monday.